obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. I've heard coaches talk about slicing the NBA schedule into 10-game increments. Is that something that you recall when you played?
Well, keeping focus on portions of a long season can keep players focused, especially during road trips. Big goals are reached through small steps.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Lauri Markkanen is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Rush. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Kessler in at the 5. Kessler finds George. It's Rush outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. And the win streak they're on right now, tying the Warriors' record of 24 wins back in 2016. This group is really clicking.
Well, this winning streak is absolutely incredible, and it's been interesting to see the number of different ways they can beat you. They go on big scoring runs, they've got great ball pressure and rim protection, or some nights they just shoot you out of the building with their three-point shooting. What a team to watch.
Fires for 3. Another miss by Utah.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
It's really a team effort out there right now, which is great to see. No one wants to be the weak link.
Now, here's George. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Rush gets the bucket.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Well, you need to have a short-term memory. You can't worry about the shots that didn't go in.
Davis inside, defended by Filipowski. Davis, the pass to Boss, and the dunk by MP.
Wow, MP just explodes off the floor. What an athlete.
For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this team started. And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2 to 6'10. But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant. Adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Here's Rush, following the basket by MP. Right side George. Inside, Markkanen. It's hauled in by MP.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
Yep, that one goes in there. Irving's got 5 points so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Stolen by Lively. One-on-one here. And the dunk by MP.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Here's Kessler. 8 points his last outing. 6 to shoot. Pass to Rush. Shot to stop the run. Good on the three-point shot. Rush has got his second bucket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Davis dishes to MP. Now here's Markkanen. Out to the right wing. Call for the 3-second violation. Max Christie, he's checked in for Boss. There's 1:17 left to play here in the first. To the middle. Shots good by Gafford. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now Bailey. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to Chicago. Pass to Christie. Fires the 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And Utah is going to change here. Williams is checked in.
Jalen Williams.
Jazz trail by 11. There's 38 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Collier, covered by MP. Fires the three, and it's Collier missing. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Bulls. And that one's good. MP.
Well, MP has been very aggressive here, looking for his own offense, generating great results.
Going inside, and the rejection by Gafford. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Boss passes to Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, these days, interior offense takes great determination and discipline.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Dallas.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jalen Williams. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Washington was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and a total like that was good enough to mark his high for the season. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Connects again from distance.
Game after game, his ability to stretch the floor remains in the spotlight.
And year after year, he adds to an immense total of threes. Tied for 4th overall now on that list. Williams, a screen on Thompson. And it's Bailey in the corner. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Bailey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Boss passes to Thompson. MP looking around. Pass to Marshall. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And his eyes got wide once he got the ball inside. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. The Mavericks 4th.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Rush the pass to Collier. Now Markkanen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Bailey. Covered by MP.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Rush the pass to Collier. Here's Filipowski. Here's Bailey. He has 5. Rush outside. Rebound by Marshall. Pass to Boss. Rebound, Utah. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Let's call it what it was. They got overwhelmed. The matchups were just not in their favor.
No one covering. And it's 7 points for Ace Bailey.
And after not scoring in the first, he's finally starting to get into a groove.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Mavericks making a change here. Davis is checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Bailey.
That's just a great possession. MP scoring in the paint.
Jazz trail by 19. Here's Filipowski, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
And he's good on the second. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. Pass to Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Gafford's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Markkanen is screen on MP. Pass to Markkanen. And they recover it. Here's Collier. Nothing on the board. Just 5 to shoot. Over MP. Rebound by Marshall.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
And the Jazz call time here. Irving's checked in for Dallas. And Utah also making a switch. George is checked in. Filipowski with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And Rush kicks to George. Outside Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. Bangs home the trifecta. Markkanen's got 6.
How about the shooting stroke from Markkanen, appearing very comfortable pulling the trigger from deep.
MP passes to Davis. It's a big high bounce and goes in.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. George finds Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. Just 4 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Tim, pure basketball artistry. That's what Kyrie Irving embodies.
Well, Kevin, the combination of the ball handling, the finishing ability, impossible shot making. I'm not sure there's any player in the NBA who puts on a better show than Kyrie.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Anthony Davis prefers playing power forward. He said, quote, "If I have to play the 5, then it's totally fine. At the end of the day, I trust coach's decision." I'm pretty sure he heard AD wants to play the 4, but I want to win. So if that's me playing the 5, that's what it's going to be. Back to you guys.
He can do both. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's rebounded by Boss. MP's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Derek Lively comes in for Daniel Gafford. And Flagg subbed in for Marshall. Outside, Markkanen. Lively against Kessler. Now Rush. 5 points in the game. Another miss by Utah.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Pass to Markkanen, trying to get something going. That ball, nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight. MP against George. Now Flagg. Back to MP. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And stolen by MP. And it's sent back by George. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Dallas. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Yeah, that's the kind of performance you're going to try to build on. Now they have to find a way to replicate that success.
Markkanen looking it over. 4 on the shot clock. It's Rush outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Rush has got his 3rd bucket of the night. Puts up a deep 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. MP has been leading the charge for the Dallas Mavericks. They kept going to him again and again. And he delivered with a monster quarter. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, they'll be facing a team that's had a little better year. But this game is winnable if they bring the energy.
Oh, they're going to need more than energy, Kenny. There's a talent gap here.
And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Jazz.
They're getting destroyed.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
That is explosive. He can jump out of the building. Just incredible.
The 4 and 5, it's Davis and Lively. Kyrie Irving is out there with Boss. And it's Flagg in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Here's Rush. Markkanen in a screen on Irving. From deep, George. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Irving finds MP. Stolen by George. And stolen by MP. And finished off by Lively.
Nice possession. MP giving him a great look there.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Markkanen. Now Rush. He's got 8. Now Kessler. Lively defending. Deep 2 from Rush. The Mavericks pull it in. MP's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Rush dishes to Markkanen. George against MP. Rush the pass to Filipowski. From downtown, Rush's shot is off.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
On the wing, Irving. 10 points for him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kyrie Irving.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation. And he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
Rush the pass to Markkanen. And the shot is good. Markkanen's got 10.
And I like that. Markkanen needs to play like a 7-footer because he's got the talent, but he also has a pretty strong frame when he wants to use it.
Boss passes to Lively. Dallas moving it around. Davis with the bucket.
Whatever they said at halftime, it is working. They look super confident out there.
Markkanen sets the pick for George. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's George. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Filipowski. It's stolen by Davis. By himself. And Davis throws it down hard.
Anthony Davis sending a message with that finish. Wow.
MP against George. Another miss by Utah.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
And it's Davis with the jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
Pass to Kessler. And here is Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Fades away. Kessler, no good. The Mavericks have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Here's Flagg. His 3-pointer's off the mark. To the paint. Here's Filipowski. And the layup's good off the glass. Filipowski's got 5 points so far.
Nice read from the big fella. Markkanen demonstrating a solid feel with his passing.
Here's MP. Yeah, another bucket.
How consistent has he been scoring the basketball? He's at 40 once again.
And on that career 40-point game list, he just tied for 5th place. And that one's good, George.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Stolen. And now running up the court. Rush pushing it all the way from deep. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Rush. And it's 8 points from Keontae George.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Irving passes to Boss. And the dunk by MP.
Well, it's easy to see who the offense is running through tonight. Why change anything?
Here's Rush. He's covered by Irving. 3-pointer, Markkanen. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 6th rebound on the night. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And stolen by MP. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Keontae George picks one up.
You just love the pressure MP puts on defenses. He is poised beyond his years.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Dallas.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Here's Collier, has to rush, 4 on the clock. Here's Hendricks. The Jazz with another miss. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the inside, here's MP, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Laws has got 49 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Hendricks passes to Bailey. Here's Collier, covered by MP. Pass to Bailey, looking to end the run, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Laws has got 8 rebounds in this game. Again, what an avalanche! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
1:22 left to play in the third. Here's the 3. Sinks the triple. Hendricks has got his second basket of the night.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Gafford passes to MP. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
Capitalizing on the error, grinding out points. You gotta love it.
It's so important in this league, quickly turning defense into offense.
MP dishes to Marshall. Back to MP. Pass to Christie. And here is Gafford. He's got 8. Down low. Boss. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Russell, he was checked. Now the Mavericks with it. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Bailey. Collier out there with Williams. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Hendricks in at the center position.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
To the middle. Stripped it away. Outside Williams. Pass to Collier. And stolen by MP. Christie kicks to MP. It's stolen by Bailey. For the 3. It's rebounded by Boss. MP's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of...
Good! Another from 3.
My, oh my. You love what he brings to this team and what he brings to the game.
Tonight he becomes the 4th winning three-point scorer in NBA history. That is amazing. Trains the three-pointer.
And that's his second three-pointer tonight.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Here's MP. Off the left rim and out. Jazz have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pass to Bailey. This one for three. It's hauled in by MP. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And just the way pilots use VR to train, now NBA officials can do the same.
Yeah, it's all about reps, right? Getting them with a headset in a lower stress setting helps prepare them to make the right call when the lights are brightest.
And for a young player like MP, it's all about establishing good habits. Get yourself into a routine. Those will help you have a long career.
Mavericks making a switch here. Hayes is checked in. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for the Jazz. And it's Collier missing. Dallas shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. And Hayes kicks to Marshall. Here's MP. The rebound by the Jazz. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Klay Thompson. First personal foul. First team foul. Bailey. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Bailey. Dallas making a switch here. Russell's checked in. Good on both. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. Collier, that's good.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
And good, and he hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And it's Bailey in the corner. Offline with his three.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's MP. Good, he hits again.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Out to the wing, inside. Here's Hendricks. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming.
Substitution on the court.
George against MP. George passes to Markkanen. Now Rush takes a three. Nailed from three-point land.
It's been a modest night scoring so far. Maybe that shot will encourage him to get some more looks.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Tim, as we look at the area of modern medicine, isn't it amazing how it's helping extend playing careers?
Yeah, it's really incredible, Kevin, how these procedures now are so much less invasive. Guys come back sooner, and they're able to play longer. Just look at Klay Thompson gifting his 2022 championship ring to the doctor who performed his Achilles surgery. Now, that's the kind of impact these doctors are having.
It really is amazing. Pass to Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Gafford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Good, that's another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. George passes to Kessler. Outside, Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, George. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Boss. And, yep, another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Rush. Back to Kessler. It's George on the wing, covered by MP. Let's go. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Dallas.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Markkanen kicks to Rush. Kessler, a screen on Russell. It's Rush outside. Rebounded by Gafford. Dallas with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. And MP throws it down.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
And Markkanen throws it down.
They put it up, and Markkanen just powers it through.
Here's MP. And good! There's another.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.